we were talking before, and I really wanted to get this taped because I think what you're saying is really important. So you were telling me that you have a whole lot of reactions when you take other supplements or anything, basically. Can you just tell me that again?
So I've been tested for allergies. So I'm allergic to anything artificial, synthetic, colours, flavours, anything that's not natural. I'm not allergic to food, I'm allergic to the synthetics. And I have a very, very bad response when I do eat something wrong. So what? So basically, it ranges. Everybody's symptoms is very different, so I can't, this doesn't apply to everybody, but it might relate to some people because they may get similar symptoms, because I've seen a wide range of different things in my time with allergies.
So what happens to you?
So what happens to me personally? I'm anaphylactic to one particular preservative, so my lungs close. It's not actually my throat that closes like most people. My tongue doesn't swell, my lungs swell. So as a result, I get shortness of breath, tightness of chest, heart palpitations, asthma-style symptoms, and it feels like I've got an elastic band around my chest. So then when I go to the hospital, they think it's anxiety because I'm really short of breath, but I'm getting enough oxygen. So it's a really weird one. But when I saw an immunologist, they says, no, it's definitely anaphylaxis. So it presents slightly different. I do get the swelling of the throat sometimes with another preservative, but it's rarer, it's more my lungs. Then the other things that I get is more the muscle and joint pain. So a lot of this is a symptom a lot of people get as well. You'll get that pain, the aches in the muscles and joints, everything from gout-like symptoms through to just lethargic soreness. It's just heavy and it's severely painful. The pain is off the chart. So I can go Panadine 4 level pain, ridiculous pain, and I can shuffle. I'm a very fit, active person normally, but I can literally shuffle around like I've aged about 50 years overnight. The symptoms will generally come through within, it can be anywhere from an hour, 10 minutes to an hour, through to 72 hours afterwards. So this is where a lot of people with allergies or reactions to different things, they can't work out what's going on because it can take 72 hours to come out. And that's the rarity and the hardest part because you can't remember what you ate or did 3 days ago. So that was why it took me so long to work it out as well, because I wasn't counting in that long.
Yeah.
I then also have fluid, so a lot of my weight is unfortunate, it's still inflammation caused by the reactions. And when I do eat something wrong, within about 10 minutes, I can literally put an inch of fluid on my entire body. I just blow up like mad all of a sudden. That's usually when I go anaphylactic though. The minor fluids is just when I get something else. Then I can get swelling in joints, I can get pain, stomach issues is another one, so it can strip my stomach lining. So then it goes as far as constipation, that sort of thing. Otherwise, I don't digest food, so my stomach is so raw, then I don't actually absorb the nutrients, and as a result, then my skin, nail, hair, everything suffers, so I just get really bad results from that. And then that's long term. So I've never been able to grow my hair past the length it is now, which is sort of about here, because I've been so unhealthy, it just wouldn't grow any longer.
So this is with anything that's not real food?
Correct. Anything synthetic. So preservatives, flavours, artificial colours, a lot of the gases that they use on the chemicals, chlorine and fluoride in the water, so I have to drink filtered water. If I drink big quantities of it, I start feeling sick. It's anything synthetic, anything that we're not designed to eat. So essentially, if I lived 100 years ago, I'm allergic to nothing. I have no intolerances. I'm slightly intolerant to dairy and gluten, but the gluten is more because it's now genetically modified, and I'm sensitive to genetically modified foods as well. So it's not just because it's no longer real food, they've changed the chemical makeup of it, it's not real food anymore. So I have a reaction to that slightly as well, but it's an intolerance, not an actual allergic reaction. There's a big difference, but I still do get symptoms from it. So overall, yes, it's very difficult for me to eat anything because I have to be really careful that I'm not going to react. So yes, it's made my life interesting, and I've only got diagnosis or started when I crashed. I went to a full body shutdown crash 10 years ago. where I was literally at home for 2 weeks on end. I'd go for work an hour. Luckily, I owned a cafe, so my staff was great. They'd send me home. I'd go to work for an hour, get out of bed because I refused to stay in bed all day. So I'd get up, go to work, do an hour or so work, they'd send me home. And then I'd spend the rest of the day on the couch because I was in so much pain, I could hardly move. It was sheer willpower.
So what's the changes you've seen? You said that you are on all LifeVantage products, but you haven't had any
Reactions?
to any of them.
That's correct. So I started out with just the Tri-Synergizer. NRF2 was the main one. And then, so that really started getting my system going. So then, now as well, I don't react to things as bad. So it's calmed my system down. But adding the probio in was like major because that's helping with my gut health. So when it does get stripped, it recovers a lot quicker. So that's a really big one. And then the collagen made a big difference. So my skin and hair is making a big difference. Within a week, I had fingernails that I could actually break as opposed to bend. It was a week. Yeah, it was a big difference. And then since then, my nails have been great. So yeah, and then obviously the D3, because I'm so vitamin deficient, I'm taking all of the vitamins, all the AM, PM, everything to build my vitamin levels back up because I don't absorb food properly. So it really helps getting the extra nutrients in because it allows my body then to absorb as much as it can. Because the minute I have a reaction, I end up raw and I absorb nothing. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. And usually people don't realise how bad it is because I put the brave face on, the big smile, I'm fine, and you never know. So it's one of those things that a lot of it is big acting. I do a lot of acting that people have no concept of how sick I get. It wasn't until I was in a car driving with my father and I went anaphylactic that he realised that I was as sick as I was.